If you've been following Johnny and Amber, you probably know Johnny's in a new movie, Gene DeBari, and Amber is still in Aquaman 2. Now, this tweet here made me think about a couple of things. Number one, and first off, this thing is almost 40 million views. Now, before we speculate and say it doesn't actually have 40 million views, we have no way to know that. So I'm going to assume this is mostly real. And as of lately, I've been seeing tweets get a lot of views. Also, Elon Musk claimed he's been working hard as a priority to clean up bots on Twitter. So, moving forward, I'm going to assume it's mostly real people. But the question is, how many Johnny fans and how many Amber fans? Now, judging by the comments here, I could not find one positive thing on Amber. Well, maybe one or two, but the majority is Johnny fans. Now, the thing to think about is this. The comments only represent a very small part of the people who have actually seen this tweet. So, assuming it's close to accurate, most of the people are just kind of silent. And I'm surprised that it's not a tweet about Aquaman 2 that got this many views. It's just a tweet about Amber being Mera. So, let's see. And another way you know that it's probably close to 40 million views is the tweets below it have gotten quite a bit of views. For example, this here got almost 2 million views, and there wouldn't really be bots hitting all these individual replies and things like that. So it's a good way to gauge how real things are. This person says, I speak for everyone when I say we will be watching this just to support Amber Heard with over 450,000 views, and the person below it got almost 10K views on here. Someone mentions this petition about Amber Heard, which got over 700,000 views. So I think that's how you know that this was a pretty big thread. Because if you see a thread with like 1 million views, usually the replies don't quite get that many. Arms says the double standard is wild. If it was the other way around, there would be no way the industry would allow Johnny, a man, to return. They would have canceled his whole career. And Brandy says, I speak for everyone when I say we will not be watching. And Steven says, you don't speak for me, but I'm not watching, laugh out loud. Both over 1.5 million views on there. So that's why I think this is pretty legit as far as the views they got. List of people that will be watching Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom. I think it's going to be more than that, but I get it. How many aren't watching the new Aquaman? Raise your hand with over 450,000 views. And as you can see, as we know, this conversation's been had millions of times over the last year. So Johnny's career gets tarnished and she gets to carry on like nothing happened. And it should keep going because we got to remind people about what Amber did. And if we don't, Aquaman 2 will gain that much more support. Out of sight, out of mind, I think is her strategy. I'm not sure what this is, but I guess it's a joke. And that's obviously a joke from Family Guy. Not a huge fan, but okay, fine. Not sure where that's from. Well, this one's pretty fitting, I guess. And by the way, Amber stands are unhinged, still trending today. It's been trending for like a week. Infinity Best says, not watching this garbage. Ken says, definitely not going to watch it. Yvonne says, not watching. And I think this meme here is set in stone forever until the end of time. Who cares? Not watching. Boo. And that goes on just like that for quite a while. Haven't seen this one before. I know what it is. Album cover from Nevermind, but not quite with Amber. Yes, I've seen that too, and that one's pretty funny. So that's it. Nearly 40 million views in this thing. Obviously, they might not all be accurate. However, I gotta assume most of them are. It's so hard to tell. One side of me is like, yeah, the movie's gonna bomb. But the other side of me, who's been through this stuff before, is saying, it always seems like that. It always feels like that. But then the numbers come out and you realize it's just another movie that the average person went and saw. Let me know what you think in the comments. Gotta give a shout out. Shout out to Brienne Salas from saying that correctly. Sorry if I'm not. Thank you so much for that donation. It's appreciated. And I gotta guess that Brienne here is not going to be seeing Aquaman 2 by any stretch of the imagination. So thank you, Brienne. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad about it. But if you do subscribe, I'll be happy about it. I guess we're done here for now. See you next time.